Hey YouTube, Lord Mace 424 here, bringing you a video on the Riot Shield. I think the Riot Shield is underestimated, so I'm making this video to show how good it is. And I sped that up because I kinda got a little campy, thinking that someone was gonna drop down and try and flank behind our team. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the proficiency. If you're doing core and you think you're going to be in a lot of close quarters action, like if you're just using quick draw, or like instead of overkill, that's when you should use melee. Now, when you want to use speed is like if you're using overkill, or if you're playing hardcore, because it only takes one hit to kill in hardcore. And the perks you want to use are Sleight of Hand Pro, so you can switch between the Riot Shield and your secondary fast. Quick Draw Pro if you're not using overkill, because so you can throw the throwing knife really quick and pull your shield back up to protect yourself. Or you want to use overkill, so that way you have like a primary as your secondary, which makes it easier because the Riot Shield isn't that much of an attacking weapon, it's more of a passive and defensive weapon. And then for your third perk, you want to use Dead Silence, so they can't hear you coming, because it's a melee weapon. And for your secondary, I recommend using the P99, because it's a great pistol. It has a very, very low recoil and a high fire rate. And I recommend that you silence it, because I just think that that secondary is really good, and plus pistols swap faster than the launchers or machine pistols. And for your overkill second primary weapon, I think that it's best if you use a sniper. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that because you don't have quick draw and they might want like an SMG or an assault rifle. I just think that the sniper works best because you can locate them like I do in this video and take them out. And then the equipment you should use is concussions, so you can stun them so they can't move very fast, so you can run up and like beat them down with the Riot Shield, or get out of the line of fire and switch to your secondary, whatever you prefer. And you want to use a throwing knife, because that's a one hit, one kill kind of thing. And with Quick Draw Pro, if you get accurate with the throwing knives, they're really deadly. And next thing I want to talk about is kind of how to use the class. Like, if you have overkill, what you want to do is you want to use your Riot Shield to kind of survey the ground in front of you. Now, if you don't have overkill, or like you haven't picked up someone's secondary primary, you still want to use it as a defensive weapon. You want to try and get close to your enemy though, just close enough so you can try and hit them with that throwing knife, or like if you have melee, you can beat them down. You can beat them down without melee, but it's kind of difficult. And the Riot Shield is better for game modes like S and D, because it's more passive, so it gives you more time to set up on the enemies and they're not pushing in. And then like it's not as difficult using it as like in Kill Confirmed or other modes like domination or whatever, because they spawn everywhere and it's just not as easy to use in other game modes like that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let this gameplay finish out. I ended up going 6-0. Thanks everyone for watching, and if you like the video and would like to see more, why not go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe.
Friendly Predator missile inbound. Counter UAV up. They're blind.